Just an eagle, you know that it's true. Yeah.
What's up guys, Justin Eagle here, and I'm back with another video. What's up Street Beefs fan, what's up YouTube? Yeah, we got a bunch of great fights coming this weekend, March 7th. And Street Beefs organization, they got a bunch of good fighters on this card, and one of them in particular is Beach versus JROCK. Now what exactly is this video? Well, it's a first of its kind, at least I think so, as far as being in the Street Beefs realm. This is a pre-fight breakdown of Beach versus JROCK. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at both fighters. They're both standouts, they're both big names, they're both big draws. We're going to look at what they do great, sometimes what they don't do great, what skills they bring to the table, and we're going to kind of put that all together, and then I'm going to give a prediction on the fight. So yeah, let's get to it. This is going to be an excellent fight, in my opinion. It's going to steal the show, just like Faye said, and it's going to be a really great one. But there's also a lot of other great fighters on this card, so I don't want to overshadow them. So definitely check out the videos coming this weekend. The fights start on Saturday, and they're uploaded as soon as they can. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for the rest of the fights on this weekend's card. Now it's crazy because like both these dudes are actually from West Virginia. Like they're both from the same state. But I kind of looked at it and I was like, I'm pretty sure Beach is from Charlestown and then JROCK is from Huntington. So it's like they're from like the opposite ends of West Virginia. Like when does that happen? Probably never. West Virginia is like a weird state. It like goes up and it like hooks out, and they're like on the very like ends of it. So it's pretty interesting that they both come from West Virginia, but they're both kind of like on the edges of other states. They're gonna throw down this weekend. It's gonna be a great fight. Now let's talk about their strengths. Okay, let's talk about Beach. Obviously he has decent stand-up. His bread and butter is his ground game. That's how he finishes fights. And if I'm not mistaken, he's finished all of them. He's had not one go to decision. Now, obviously, his strengths are his submissions. He's very tenacious, which that means he stays close. He's very sticky. Like, he gets on you and he doesn't let go. Another one of Beach's strengths is he's really good in the scramble. I kind of noticed in a couple of his fights that during those scrambles, he can kind of, usually end up in the dominant position. And then we saw his fight with Juicebox, and that fight was dope. That was a dope fight. But he debuted like a good step switch head kick that was very effective, and it just pops him right in the jaw. So he's got a good step switch head kick. He's got excellent takedowns. You see in the fight with Turk, right? He deals great with adversity because it was his first fight ever. And straight off the bat, he gets lynched up in like this like tight guillotine. And like it's locked in there and it's torqued too. So the pressure was on right there. And although a lot of us were probably thinking, that's pretty tight, watching it. But eventually he cracked out of it. He broke out of it. He was great. He showed that he can deal great with adversity. And yeah, those are Beach's strengths. Now let's talk about JROCK's strengths. This guy is gritty. He's tough. He's relentless. He doesn't stop coming. There was no quitting him that I saw in any of his fights. And I know that when someone is constantly being the hammer in the fight, usually they end up taking the win, the submission, the knockout. They're the ones being aggressive, and JROCK is super relentless. He's also very good at throwing combinations on the feet. Like when he went in to throw a couple punches, like he just doesn't stop at one. He doesn't try to do the knockout blow. If there's one that landed, there's 2 or 3 or 4 more coming at you. Another one of JROCK's strengths is he's got this nice like cracking right hook, or it's a nice hook he throws, and you can see like he telegraphed it, because when he was fighting Striker was coming out there and like trying to throw on like a little flashy kick show and try to land the kick, and JROCK kind of just like telegraphed it and then just bang, got him like Right when his jaw came around, he nailed him right on there. So that was great, man. He's got a great hook. JROCK is also a good counter striker. Now, a lot of his fights end up on the ground, but when they're on the feet, they start off like a bang, and he goes out there, and if he almost gets hit, he'll throw him right back. He definitely got good counter strikes, and yeah, that is JROCK's strength. This is Beach's keys to the fight. This is how Beach can win the fight. Obviously, we know submissions. He's gonna have to be crafty. He's gonna have to deal with adversity, and he's gonna have to lock up some kind of crafty sub out of his back pocket. I would seriously bet that there's going to be multiple submission attempts in this fight. The rear naked choke is Beach's most lethal weapon. You know, we've seen in his fights in Street Beefs, that's how he finishes most of his fights, is with the rear naked choke. He's actually finished 3 of them, and then he just had a bout outside of Street Beefs where he won by rear naked choke as well. Beach has to make this kind of a gritty fight. He's got to get in there and try to wrestle JROCK. He's got to get in there and try to dominate each position and do his best in the scramble and use his takedowns. His takedowns against Turk were excellent. So if Beach can be crafty and stay close and just get a hold of JROCK somehow and utilize his takedowns like he did against Turk, I think he'll have a much better outcome. JROCK's keys to victory. This is how he can win the fight. This is how he can win the title and beat Beach. JROCK has to utilize his takedowns, but not only that, his ground control. Punches in bunches. That's what JROCK does. Now, I've seen some of his other fights, and he'll throw so many punches in bunches that it has cost him a position. And I guarantee he's probably been working on that, and he's probably corrected it. But still, keep those punches and bunches coming. And if JROCK does this, he can overpower Beach. And as long as he stays out of Beach's submissions and is able to dominate the fight, use takedowns, ground control. If he's able to get to mount, that's fantastic. Punches and bunches, ground strikes. If he could land a good counter strike or standing right hook or some type of high kick, that would greatly affect his chances of winning this fight. So if he can make this a really drag him out, dog yard, barn burner fight and take it all the way to the decision, he could possibly nab this victory and take home the title. My official decision, JROCK versus Beach, who will win? I want to hear yours though. I want to hear who you think's going to win this fight. It's going to be a great fight, and I want to know why you think they're going to win and who's going to have the better fight that night, and possibly even give me a prediction. Tell me how they're going to win this fight. Whether it's by decision, by rear naked choke, how is this fight going to end? That's right, majority draw. You heard it here first. Both men will get a win. Beach will keep the belt, and these boys will battle once again. So this is it, guys. That's it. The fight's happening this weekend, March 7th, and it's going to be a great weekend full of great fights. Make sure you watch all of them. Watch the whole card because it's going to be an exciting one from start to finish. Best of luck to both men, Beach and JROCK. You guys have a great fight. Put on a show for the fans, and I guarantee this thing is going to do really well. But yeah, guys, that's the end of the video. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Help a brother out. Let's get this train going. Enjoy the fights this weekend. Make sure to watch them. Check them out. I'm going to link Street Beef's YouTube channel down in the description. I'm also going to link JROCK's and Beach's YouTube channels down in the description. So you boys can go check them out and subscribe to their channels as well. More videos on the way. More content coming. Justin Eagle Train keeps going and we don't stop. So yes, have a great day. Peace.
Terminator 3, this is Terminator. Stalkers captured backing a paid low crew that went down in the area. Over. All hitmen 3 victors. Be advised, we're rolling freaks to attack 295 at 1800 Zulu. No copy. Badger 2-3, who cleared those Cobras hot? Roger. Interrogative, do you have a positive ID on any enemy personnel there?